Ever wondered how your favorite chocolate is made? Let's take a journey from cocoa bean to chocolate bar and uncover the sweet science behind it. If you've ever been curious about how chocolate is crafted, you're in for a treat. From the moment cacao beans are harvested to the final molded chocolate, we'll break it down step by step. Before we dive into the process, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more sweet content just like this. Let's get started. Chocolate is undoubtedly one of the world's favorite indulgences, celebrated across all kinds of occasions, from birthdays and Valentine's Day to Easter, or any joyful gathering. Whether it's in the form of a rich chocolate cake, smooth truffles, or a classic chocolate bar, this delectable treat adds sweetness to every special moment. More than 80% of people consume chocolate every year, whether it's from well-known brands like Kit Kat or Snickers. But have you ever wondered about the journey of the cocoa bean, the essential ingredient that turns into the chocolate we know and love? Let's dive into the process and explore how chocolate is made, starting from the cacao tree to the final chocolate bar. Cultivation of cacao trees. The first step in chocolate production begins with the cultivation of cacao trees. Most cocoa beans come from West Africa, which accounts for 70% of the world's cocoa supply. Cacao trees are delicate and require a specific environment for optimal growth. They thrive in a moist, shady climate with a temperature of at least 25 degrees Celsius, 77 degrees Fahrenheit, and high humidity levels of around 80%. These trees also need an annual rainfall of approximately 1,800 millimeters, 70 inches. The cacao tree's flowers bloom, and when fully ripe, they produce cacao pods containing the precious cocoa beans that will eventually be harvested. Harvesting. When cacao pods reach ripeness, they are carefully harvested by skilled workers using machetes, picaroons, or shears. The method of harvesting is essential to preserving the health of the cacao trees, as it helps prevent damage to the branches and allows the trees to produce beans in future seasons. Skilled workers are trained to select only the best quality pods, ensuring that the beans inside will yield the finest chocolate. The harvesting process is done manually to ensure precision and to avoid damaging the delicate pods. Workers assess each pod's ripeness, looking for signs like color and firmness to determine the right time to cut. Once the pods are harvested, they are carefully opened to extract the beans inside, which are encased in a sweet-tasting pulp. The cacao beans are then prepared for the next stage in the chocolate-making process, which typically involves fermenting and drying them to enhance their flavor. This hands-on approach to harvesting ensures that the highest quality beans are collected, contributing to the final product's flavor and consistency. The use of specialized tools and manual labor ensures that the process is carried out with care, which is essential for producing high-quality chocolate. By selecting the best pods and harvesting them carefully, workers set the stage for the creation of the premium chocolate we enjoy today. Extracting the cocoa beans. Once the cacao pods are harvested, the next step is extracting the beans, which can be more challenging than it sounds. Inside each pod, the beans are encased in a white, sticky pulp that must be separated carefully. To open the pods, workers use specialized tools such as machetes or clubs. They crack the pods open with precision to avoid damaging the beans inside. Each cacao pod typically contains between 20 and 40 cocoa beans, and the goal is to carefully extract all of them. Once the pods are opened, the beans are scooped out along with the surrounding pulp, which is initially sticky and challenging to handle. After extraction, the beans are placed in containers where they are sorted and cleaned. At this stage, workers examine the beans for quality. Only the best quality beans are kept for further processing. These high-quality beans will go through fermentation, drying, and other stages to develop the rich, complex flavors characteristic of premium chocolate. Poor quality beans are discarded or used for other purposes, ensuring that only the finest beans are selected for the next stages of production. The extraction and sorting process is critical for creating high-quality chocolate, and skilled workers carefully handle each step to ensure the best possible outcome for the beans. This meticulous approach ensures that only the most flavorful beans make it through the process, contributing to the rich taste of the final chocolate product. Fermentation. Fermentation is one of the most critical stages in chocolate making, as it helps develop a unique chocolate flavor and aroma. The beans are either spread directly on the ground or placed in wooden boxes for fermentation. The beans are then covered with banana leaves, which triggers a two-step fermentation process. The first stage involves ethanol fermentation, followed by acetic acid fermentation. During fermentation, the presence or absence of oxygen plays a significant role in shaping the flavor profile of the beans. This process can take several days, but it is crucial for developing the distinct chocolate aroma we associate with fine chocolate. Drying the cocoa beans. Once the fermentation process is complete, the beans need to be dried to reduce their water content to less than 7%. This step halts the fermentation process and ensures the beans can be safely stored and shipped without the risk of re-fermentation. Traditionally, cocoa beans are dried by spreading them out on wooden decks where they are exposed to fresh air and sunlight. Once the beans are properly dried, they are ready to be shipped to chocolate manufacturers. Bagging and shipping the cocoa beans. Before the cocoa beans are shipped, they undergo a final check for foreign matter such as debris or stones. Once cleaned, the beans are carefully packed into bags, each weighing up to 1 ton, and shipped to their respective chocolate manufacturing locations. This brings us one step closer to making the delicious chocolates we love. Cleaning the cocoa beans. After the cacao beans are harvested and initially cleaned by hand, they still require a more thorough cleaning process at the manufacturing plant. This step is crucial to ensure that any impurities remaining on the beans, such as small stones, twigs, or residual pulp, are removed before the beans proceed to the next stages of processing. The first part of the cleaning process involves screening the beans to identify and remove any larger foreign objects. This is typically done using specialized equipment, such as vibrating screens, which allow the beans to pass through while trapping any unwanted debris. The beans are carefully sorted and any impurities are discarded. Next, the beans move along a conveyor belt system, where they are subjected to a more advanced cleaning process. This often includes the use of air blowers and additional screening systems to ensure the beans are thoroughly cleaned. The air blowers help to remove smaller particles, while additional screenings ensure that no stones or twigs remain. Once the beans have been cleaned, they are inspected for quality. This step is essential to ensure that only the best quality beans continue to the next phase of processing, such as fermentation and drying. The thorough cleaning process guarantees that the beans are free from contaminants, ensuring a high-quality final product. This detailed cleaning process is a vital part of cacao bean processing, allowing the beans to reach the highest standards of purity and cleanliness before they undergo further steps in chocolate production. Quality inspection. Before the cacao beans move forward in the chocolate-making process, they undergo a meticulous quality inspection to ensure they meet the required standards. A skilled team of sensory analysts who are trained in chocolate quality evaluation conducts a detailed taste analysis. These experts assess the beans for flavor, aroma, and overall quality, ensuring that they possess the characteristics required for premium chocolate production. During this inspection, the sensory analysts carefully evaluate the beans' flavor profiles, checking for any off flavors or defects that could affect the final product. The beans are also assessed for consistency in size and shape, as these factors can influence the chocolate's texture and flavor development. Only the highest quality beans, those that pass the sensory analysis, are selected for further processing. These beans are then used in the creation of premium chocolate, where their rich and complex flavors are preserved and enhanced during roasting, grinding, and refining. By performing this rigorous quality inspection, manufacturers ensure that only the best cacao beans are chosen for chocolate production. This process is vital for delivering the finest chocolate products, ensuring that every bite offers the perfect balance of taste and texture. Crushing. The next step in the chocolate-making process involves crushing the cocoa beans. The beans are passed through a machine known as a winnower, where they are subjected to successive rakes that drag them across screens. This efficiently separates the large pieces of the shell from the interior of the bean. Afterward, a vacuum system is used to remove the smaller leftover shell fragments, exposing the cocoa nibs, which are the edible part of the bean. Roasting. Once the cocoa nibs are extracted, the next crucial step is roasting. Roasting enhances the flavors of the cocoa and helps bring out the distinct chocolate taste. The nibs are roasted in a gas-heated, air-filled roaster, which dries the nibs, enhances their aroma, and makes it easier to separate the husk from the beans for sorting. Roasting is an essential step in the process, as it greatly influences the final flavor of the chocolate. Blending. After roasting, the cocoa nibs are blended to create a unique flavor profile. Manufacturers may mix nibs from different regions to create a specific taste. The blended nibs are then combined with cocoa butter, sugar, and, for milk chocolate, milk powder. The mixture is then stirred to create a thick, cake-like batter. While the flavor is developed at this point, the mixture still needs to be further refined. Grinding and refining. The next step involves grinding and refining the chocolate mixture. The cocoa beans are finely ground to release the cocoa butter, which melts into a thick paste. The mixture is then processed through a series of rollers to break down the particles and achieve a smooth, liquid texture. The refined mixture is passed through 5 rollers that reduce the particle size to create a smooth, consistent paste. Conching. The next phase is known as conching, a process that involves evenly distributing the cocoa butter within the chocolate. This step helps create a smooth texture and reduces the volatile acidity, improving the flavor and aroma of the chocolate. Conching involves both dry and wet stages. In dry conching, frictional heat is used to promote liquefaction, while wet conching helps achieve a uniform consistency. This process also reduces the water content of the chocolate to less than 1%, ensuring the perfect consistency for the final product. Tempering. After the chocolate has undergone conching, it moves into the crucial tempering stage. Tempering is vital for stabilizing the cocoa butter crystals, which ensures that the chocolate hardens properly and achieves a smooth, glossy finish. This step is essential for creating chocolate with the right texture and visual appeal. During tempering, the chocolate is carefully cooled and continuously stirred to encourage the formation of stable cocoa butter crystals. The chocolate is then gently heated to a precise temperature to melt any unstable crystals, ensuring that only the desirable, stable ones remain. This process guarantees that the chocolate will harden evenly, with a shiny surface and satisfying snap when broken. Once tempered, the chocolate is poured into molds where it takes the shape of bars, pralines, or other confections. The molds are gently tapped to remove air bubbles and ensure an even fill. Afterward, the chocolate is cooled further to solidify into the desired shape. Tempering is an art that requires precise control over temperature and timing to achieve the perfect texture and appearance. The result is a smooth, glossy chocolate that is ready for packaging and enjoyment with a satisfying snap and a luxurious mouthfeel. Making praline chocolates. Once the chocolate has been tempered, it is ready to be used for creating pralines, a luxurious treat filled with rich and flavorful centers. To make pralines, high-quality chocolate is combined with a variety of fillings such as roasted almonds, hazelnuts, or even indulgent caramel. The filling choices offer a range of textures and flavors, complementing the smooth chocolate exterior. The process begins by carefully mixing the chocolate with the selected filling ingredients. The mixture is then poured into molds and cooled on a marble table to allow the chocolate to solidify and refine its texture. The cool surface helps the chocolate maintain its glossy finish and enhances its crispness when set. A popular filling for pralines is ganache, a smooth and creamy mixture made from chocolate, dairy products, and sometimes fruits. Ganache offers a velvety texture and rich flavor, making it an ideal choice for praline centers. This filling can be infused with different flavors like liqueurs, fruit purees, or spices to create unique taste experiences. Once the pralines have solidified and the fillings have set, they are ready for the final touches. The result is a delicate, flavorful treat that combines the best of chocolate with exquisite fillings, perfect for indulging or gifting.
Coating and decoration. To make the chocolates even more irresistible, they are coated and decorated. The first step in coating involves rolling the filling into the chocolate, which forms the base layer of the praline. After cooling, the chocolates are decorated with intricate patterns, enhancing their visual appeal. Different tools and materials are used to give the chocolates a glossy, attractive finish that makes them even more tempting to the eye. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share for more sweet content.